Awesome. So I just got back from the gym and I had a call just a few minutes ago. So nice and fresh. But I wanted to talk about how to keep going when things or when you feel discouraged. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I've been, for years and years now, I've been working like really, really like, I don't even say hard. Like I've been trying to figure out ways to make things work. And when you have that ambition, there's a lot of times when things just don't go your way. There's a lot of times when you will find yourself trying something new and you might get like one or two applauses. Like there's times when you will try and you will fail and you're going to ask yourself, what's the point? You're going to look at your overall progress and you're going to ask yourself, what's the point? And I kind of had that today where I woke up in the morning, and this whole week has been like this really. I woke up in the morning, I've been waking up in the mornings, I've been praying my fajr, and then I look at the results that I'm getting in terms of like just business and just overall just things like that. And I'm like, man, where am I? Like, why am I doing this? But then today what happened was I started looking at some old photos, and I looked at the photos of the photography that I did. First of all, the photography that I did. For those of you who may know, who may not know, I was a photographer. I went to photography school and I gained a couple thousand followers in a few months. Not even a few months, probably like 2 months. It took me a while to build it, but in the 2 months, I started, my profile started going. And I look at that, my profile was like 240 followers at the start. And I was following, I think, like maybe 200 people. And then I looked at my profile next, it was like 1,000 followers. And I was following 200 people, and then 2,000 and 3,000. And the main reason why like it resonated with me was because I remember that struggle that I had when I was building that profile. When I was building that photography profile, I remember that. I remember that struggle. And it's not all about followers. I think followers is a thing where it's like it's just numbers really. A lot of times it's like bots. It's funny because I was thinking about this too. When I built my Instagram, people were like, "Oh, how did you build it out so fast?" I'm like, "I don't know. I was just very consistent." And one of my teachers, I'll never forget this. Like I just overheard it. I don't talk to this teacher. I haven't seen this teacher in years. It was in my photography school, and I heard it. One of the students was like, "Yeah, I don't know how he got this many followers." And the teacher was like, "Oh, he probably bought the followers." And when I heard that, I lost all respect for that teacher. Like, I just don't have any respect for that person anymore because you're my teacher, and you think that you see the my work ethic, and you still think that like I would go out of my way to cheat. And it's one of those things where it's like I'll say this. There's one teacher who I'll never forget. I saw a teacher at the Sun Run. This teacher was amazing. This other teacher, I'm talking to someone else, but by the way. And these are the people that will support you. Don't forget, don't think you're in the hole. This is off topic, but there's people that will support you. And in this journey, there's people that have supported me from the start. There's people that have supported me in ways that I cannot even explain. And I have so much gratitude to those people that if this thing pops off, like just overall, like what I'm doing, I will be like grateful to them, and I will do whatever I can to compensate or just figure out how I can make things go well for them, because there's those types of people. But off topic, sorry. But I remember when I built that photography profile, and I remember when I passed that hump, once I got to like a certain ratio that's when people just started following. Like it was like I would post and I get likes, I'd get followers, it was like so like it was one of those things where like it just happened. I was like, whoa, like this is crazy. And then I went like I kind of lost interest in photography, and I just couldn't continue with the page, to be honest with you. So I remember that, and I looked at some of the pictures. I was like, man, I was not in the best shape then too, right? But now it's different. Now I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm constantly improving. I have more wisdom. I have more wisdom. Like I just know more. I have the right people around me, and I'm consistent, and I feel good about what I'm doing. So I make this video because there's people out there. You may I don't I, Like I said, I don't get a lot of views in this channel, but I know that there's one or two people out there that are listening to this. Like I know there's some people that are watching that are actually listening to what I'm saying. If you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you're not there, you feel like you're not able to make things happen, then you know, don't give up. Right? Just don't give up. When I mean don't give up, maybe something's not for you. That's fair. Photography, I realized it wasn't for me. But I didn't give up after. Like I just kept trying new things. I got into e-commerce. You know, I started working with an influencer back in 2020 or 2021. I still work with him. Right? I'm building this business. And you just can't give up. That you just have to always keep trying better, to be better and better and better and better and better and better and better. Make your istighfar. Istighfar is so important, right? It's so important. It's so key that when you do your istighfar, sometimes when you feel like giving up, sometimes just make istighfar. That just means doing astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. Because what happens when you get discouraged, you start to doubt yourself, and you start to doubt just everything in general. You just start to doubt things. But when you make your istighfar, you do your 5 daily prayers, you know, you start to realize, okay, there's more to it than just this, what I'm doing, right? This is just a process. So trust your process, and don't get this. It's normal to feel discouraged. If someone says, "Oh, why are you discouraged?" It's normal. It's very normal as human beings to feel discouraged, especially if you're trying something. If you're trying to do something with like just your overall career, and you're not seeing the results, or you're trying to get into better shape, you're trying to be the best version of yourself, and you just can't figure out how to do this. It's a process. And to you, I tell you to just take it a day at a time. What I've been doing lately is after I pray my fajr, when I go in the shower, I listen to like self-talk. So there's an app called Self-Talk Plus, and I'll just listen to Self-Talk Plus. It's just saying, you know, just like, you know, I'm gonna have a good day. I'm good at what I do. Like, it's just positive words. That's literally it. I just listen to that because even this morning, I woke up in the morning, I was like, man, I looked at I was looking at some like the metrics, the analytics and stuff like that, just to like some of the other things in my life, and I was like, man, it's not going well. But then I just went to the shower. I started listening to it because I was like, you know what? I just need to listen to some positive words. And, you know, I've been just doing that. You know, I do my istighfar. I have my Arabic class, which is helping me understand the Quran a little bit more. And I'm just taking it day by day by day by day by day. Every day is like, okay, what can I do today to get to that next level? What can I do today to get to that next step? What can I do today to get to that next step? And it's slowly coming together. You know, there's certain things in my life that I thought it was never going to happen, and they did happen, right? Getting married. I never thought I would get married. Like, I thought there was a point in my life where I said, you know what, I kind of give up. But then at some point I got comfortable. And when I mean comfortable with myself. And I understood, okay, now I feel like I'm at a point where I can actually get married. And it kind of just happened at some point. I kind of feel like that's where I'm at with my business. I feel like I'm at a point where it's inevitable, right? Even when it came to like my fitness, when I started to understand nutrition, when I started to understand, like when I got personal trainers, it all started to make sense. And that's when I knew it was inevitable. When I came back from Senegal in 2020, I knew it was inevitable that I was gonna get into a decent shape. I already knew I was gonna get into shape. Like I already knew. Like you watch my videos from back in 2020, I was like, it was a complete different person, right? I was funny enough, I was 155 pounds when I came back, the first few weeks I came back from Senegal, but that weight that I gained was not, like, it was, a lot of it was fat. Like it wasn't muscle. But now I'm about 160, 158 last time I weighed myself, was 2 days ago. But I'm still very lean. My body's completely different to what it was in 2020. But back in 2020, I knew that I was going to get to this point. I knew it because I had struggled for so many years. From 2013 to 2018, I'd struggled for all those years trying to figure out how to do it. And then once 2018 came, I figured it out. And then when I came back from Senegal, I was like, now I know how to actually get to this point. It's just going to take some time, trial and error, consistency again. I'll say it one more time for some consistency, and just finding ways to constantly improve. So, like I said, it's not, maybe it won't happen today, maybe it won't happen tomorrow, maybe it won't happen next week, but you just stay consistent with what you're doing. Trust your process, and you're gonna find things. It's gonna start to click at some point, and once it clicks, that's like when it's like, I always hear like this. This is something that I'm learning, and this is again business. Is once you've made a certain amount of money, then it's very hard to go back, right? Because it's kind of clicked. And for me, that's with fitness, that's kind of what it is with fitness. When it comes to relationships, that's kind of for me in that sense, because I've learned so much. I've read books, I've watched videos. I'm obsessed over this kind of stuff. When it came to fitness, I used to, like, I still do, but off topic, I'm trying to learn how to like do my RDLs a little bit better, like improve on RDLs. I deadlift, but like RDLs. Anyways, that's off topic. So I'm always learning. Like, so I'm trying to say, I'm always learning, and this is more of a message for myself. I make these videos not really for the audience, because I know that not many people are watching this, and I feel like not many people watch these videos because these are like more intellectual conversations. I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, I'm an intellectual, but these are the conversations that like people should have, but people aren't having. They want the quick thing. Oh, how to get the girl, how to attract the most. Like, there's one video, I'm going to end off with this because I'm going to make another video. There's one video that I used to watch every single day when I was back in 2020. And it was from Alpha Male Strategies. I forgot what it was called. It was like how to attract the girl that you want. And he was literally saying what I'm trying to say right now is the reason why you're not getting the girl that you want to attract is because you're not working on yourself. You're not in shape. You're out of shape, and you're just looking for a quick fix, a quick pickup line, right? I remember like back in like when I was younger, of course, I would think, oh, what's the best pickup line? Oh, this. But then you start to realize it's more than just a pickup line, right? It's more than that. So, again, this is a message to myself. And like I said, with the AMS video, it was more about getting in shape. Like, he was saying, oh, people keep asking him, oh, make more videos about getting girls, this and that. He's like, this is how you attract people. Like, this is how you attract someone. You have to focus on bettering yourself. And people just don't like having those conversations, because when they have those conversations, it kind of hits a nerve. When you figure out, oh, how to not be broke, right? It kind of hits a nerve if you're broke, because you're like, oh, I'm here. If you're out of shape and you see someone that's in shape, right? And you realize the hurdle it's gonna take. Sometimes you want to like avoid it, and that's why a lot of people watch TV, right? People are focused on the elections. They're focused on this. They're focused on that, because it kind of escapes from what the reality is. Like, you could be a certain type of person, but you're just not at that point where you're ready or you really want to get there? Because people know the work it takes to get there. When it comes to building a business, why is it that most people don't build a business? I always hear someone say, I'm going way too long, but sometimes when I speak now, I just feel like I get really passionate about this kind of stuff. So when people speak, it's like they talk, I want to build a business. And then they haven't started with building a business. You can't build a business in one day. You can't build a business it's not this thing where it's like, oh, you go online, you find a product, you take the product, you build the business, you get the Amazon FBA, and then you put it there, and then you start making sales, and then it starts to become a smooth process, and then you start to see money in your bank account. Boom, 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 boom. Let me tell you a story, okay? Because I used to work in e-commerce, and I worked for a company back in, I think, 2019. So we got blenders, right? And what we did was it was like one of those things. You think, okay, we did Amazon FBA, okay? We brought those blenders, right, from America to Canada, and the idea was like, okay, we're gonna get it from America to Canada. Boom, these are like the highest selling. The highest selling one, and then we're gonna sell it to Amazon.com, and we're gonna see a lot of progress, right? So let me tell you the story here. So since you guys, for this is business. So first of all, we had to research. I forgot what the platform was. It was like some plugin where we saw the top selling products, like in terms of like the blenders, right, on Amazon. So we took it, and then we did a research. We took time. I think it took like a week to research it because we had to figure out what's selling, what do we want to get, right? And then I'm not saying everything because it was a process, right? And then as we're researching the products from the listing, it's decreasing too because people are buying from them too. So we had to go back again and do the research, and we had to make it fast, right? And I can't remember the full thing, but it was a process just getting those products, right? And then when it came, it was at the border. We had to pay what's that? Is it customs fee? Customs, right? Yeah. If let me know if it comes if whoever's watching, customs, right? So the customs had to come all the way up to Canada, right? So we had to pay extra money for it to come up. And then when it came up, we saw pallets of like boxes of blenders. And it was crazy because we didn't know what day it was gonna come. It just came one day. It was me and one of the other guys, and the two other guys they weren't aware of it, right? So we just brought it in. It didn't take that long, but it took us maybe like 1 or 2 hours to take everything and bring it. So the whole store was filled with like boxes and blenders, right? Now we have to list it on Amazon. So I'm not even saying the full process. To get to Amazon.com. It was not easy because it's a whole different game to Amazon.ca. I'm not going to go through all that. And then, I'm just talking about this. You're probably already overwhelmed. You probably already want to click off this video. But this is the reality of business, okay? I'm actually saying the reality of business. So, we ended up putting on Amazon.com. I'm not going to say the full process of how that was. And then, we started seeing sales. Oh, man, we're starting to see sales. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, what am I saying? We had to ship it. I remember now. We had to ship because of FBA. So we had to ship some of it to Amazon. I can't remember the full thing, but we shipped some of the products to Amazon, their warehouse, and that's when we started to see the sales. Oh, sales. We're like, oh shoot, this is actually becoming a reality. And then, a few days later, we started to see people starting to return the products. And some of the times it was like, oh, the products it was broken on shipment. But if you're aware, if you've been in this world, if you've seen Costco returns, there's people who scam too. There's people that are very dishonest. People that will take products, they'll exchange it, and then they will send it back and be like, oh yeah, this was broken. And we were liable for it. We didn't get any refund for it. We had to basically take the loss, right? And we had to and when Amazon said that, we had to basically with the product, we had to basically either send it like just they just completely like dismantle it and they just throw it away, or we have to get it at a different location. But they couldn't send it back to us in Canada because it was Amazon.com. So we had to send it to someone else's house, one of their friends' houses in like Texas. And then I don't know what happened after that. I'll tell you this, I don't even know if we made profit, but just that whole process was insane. I'm pretty sure the next time if we did that, do something, we would have made money, of course, because we learned that from the lesson. What I'm trying to say is business is not easy, right? It's not one of those things where it's like you just start a product. Yes, you may find something that could work and you can find, but for the reality of business, if you look at the most successful business people, like you look at the struggles that they had, you like those are only like stories, right? You don't know the behind the scenes of what goes on in that person's business, right? So I'm gonna end off here because I've been going off for a while. But just if you feel discouraged, just remember someone's been through it, and maybe someone's been through it even worse. So stay on it, stay on top of your goals, keep going, don't give up. You got this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys have a nice end to your year if you're watching this in 2024. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again. Peace.